Hey everybody, it's Melanie, and today I'm going to be doing a story time video. There's not like too much crazy things that I need to go over. This is going to be for the WWE holiday tour that I went to. They came here in Vegas the 29th of December. It was about like a 2.5 hour show. Technically it was 3, but they had like intermission in the middle. So it felt like a Friday Night SmackDown episode, to be honest, and it was on a Friday, so everybody else that was not at the show got the best of 2023 SmackDown episode, and we got the SmackDown roster, so kind of felt like we were watching an episode of SmackDown. I actually won't be doing my makeup like how I've been doing my other Storytime videos for this particular one. I usually do that with the tapings or the pay-per-views that I go to, so this one is just going to be kind of just simple and me just kind of talking to you guys about things. I have notes that I wrote or typed up technically on my phone from the event so I wouldn't forget. So I have the card written on here, so we're just gonna talk about that and talk about the holiday tour. The show was about 2.5 to 3 hours long. It technically was 3, but there was like a 10 or 15 minute intermission in the middle. It started at 7:30 at night, and it went on to about 9 o'clock or so, and then they had their intermission, and then they had their intermission, came back. So actually they might have had their intermission like maybe like 8:50. I can't remember exactly, but I know when they started it was about 9 o'clock or so, and then they just had the second half. So as far as I know, the other holiday tours that they've had during this last holiday season for 2023, they had one show that would have the Raw roster, then another show would have the SmackDown roster, and then a couple of them had them intertwined, which was the Madison Square Garden show, and I believe the one for LA, but I'm not sure if that's true or not. But yeah, so they just had different dates with the different rosters. I believe the one that was on the 29th was in Canada for the Raw roster. That was on the same day as the one that I went to. The opening match was a 6-man tag, and it was with Pretty Deadly and Grayson Waller going up against the OC, and the OC had AJ Styles because AJ Styles is now back. I don't know if you guys have been to a house show before. I'm assuming most of you have. If you have not, it's not taped and it's not live for people at home to see, but it also is a lot more freedom for the wrestlers to do things. They're not waiting for commercial breaks or having to do things because of commercial breaks, or like, hey, TV needs to see this or something like that. It's kind of just a place for them to try out things or take their time, do more fun things, be more, you know, loosey-goosey about things. It mainly was for like the first half of the match was just Pretty Deadly mocking the OC. They would do their little like thing that they always do. They were trying to pretend to do the too sweet thing, but as soon as they were gonna like tap each other like on their own side, they did the little thing that they do. And there's another part where Grayson was legal, but then he got out of the ring before he got hit, like, oh, just, you know, give me a break, give me a break. Elton Prince was on Kit Wilson's shoulders, and they were still mocking the OC, and I think it was Luke Gallows. I can't really remember the exact thing, but I want to say it was him. He just like smacked Elton Prince in the face, and then they fell into the mat. Carl Anderson got in there, and then AJ got the hot tag. AJ did the phenomenal forearm, so that was pretty cool. I think he did it on Grayson Waller, I believe. That's how the OC won, because I don't think I wrote, okay, I don't know who he did it to because I didn't write that. I only wrote like how somebody won. Second match was Austin Theory against Butch. As soon as the match started, Austin Theory goes out of the ring, he gets the microphone, and he says, hey, I wanted to say something nice about Las Vegas. And you people are booing because he's Austin Theory, he's a heel right now. And he just goes, you suck. And then everyone started booing. Throughout the match, Butch started to, you know, break his fingers like how he normally does. Austin Theory got control over Butch at some point. They did a move, I believe it was something off of the turnbuckle. I'm recording this video January 2nd, so I've kind of forgotten a few things. New Year's was kind of a busy weekend for me, but anyways, they did something off of the turnbuckle. That's how that one went. Butch won by rolling up Austin Theory, so he did a roll up. Funny is the pictures of Austin Theory that I took actually came out pretty nice. I think I took like 3 or 4 and I only posted like one of them, but they all came out really nice and I was like, whoa. I'm like, out of all the pictures that I take or videos that I take for now at this point, Austin Theory was a good picture. So there's that one. So this one wasn't so much as a match that was announced by Samantha, because Samantha was our announcer. I forgot to mention that. Samantha was our announcer, which I was surprised because she's the Raw announcer. Her and Ricochet live here in Vegas. This match wasn't announced by Samantha. So the beginning of this one was Cameron Grimes came out and he had this envelope in his hand and he told the audience that hey, Vegas is all about winning, getting money, gambling. And he started turning his promo into like a heel promo, which I didn't realize he was a heel on SmackDown right now. I always thought he was like he kind of was like a face because he kind of was teaming up with Dragon Lee here and there. But yeah, his promo was more of like a heel because he was talking about him being like $1 million champion. And he's saying that Vegas has a lot of losers because it's all about money and gambling and stuff. And first inaugural $1 million open challenge. And he says, who would like to step up? He's looking around the crowd and he's trying to find people, try to see who wants to take this $1 million that he has in this envelope. Bobby Lashley music hits and he comes out. Cameron Grimes goes like, whoa, 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 Bobby, like I didn't mean it for you. If you want to accept being a loser or losing or something along the lines of that. Match started. Bobby pretty much squashed Cameron Grimes. So there was that match, which I know really wasn't much, but of course Bobby won. I don't know exactly if Bobby did his finisher on Cameron Grimes because the moment that they did the final pin was when the people in the row in front of me was going into their row at the same time. I mean, I was sitting in an aisle seat, but they were like coming down the stairway and they were going like right in front of me, and that's when, so like imagine just someone's like right here, and then that's when they did the final pin. So I have no idea how Bobby won. I'm assuming he did the finisher or he did something. I don't really know exactly, so I can't explain that to you guys. But yeah, it was still pretty good in my opinion because it was pretty funny. So this is it was kind of like a double main event, to be honest, because this was actually the match that is when the first half of the holiday tour stopped and then they were going to do the intermission. So this was Kevin Owens versus Solo Sikoa in a last man standing match. Kevin Owens comes out first and then Solo comes out second. This match was probably match of the night, to be honest, and I'm not just saying that because they use weapons and things, but I feel like it probably was match of the night. Of course, the crowd's chanting for tables at the beginning of the match, and Solo goes underneath the ring to get a weapon, and he just like goes no, like, you know, just kind of just like like nope, no tables, and people are booing. Kevin Owens got a kendo stick and he got it and then he hit Solo. They made it to outside the ring, like not like in the arena itself, but just the outside of the ring. They went down the ramp, and then it was kind of hard for me to see because of where my seat was at, because my seat was actually kind of like lower to the floor. It wasn't directly on the floor, but it was like a couple of rows like starting to angle it up, so I couldn't really see very well. But pretty much from what I saw, because you can kind of see a little bit of it, was on the stage there was these inflatable snowmen, Santa Claus, there was a penguin or something like that, but there was inflatable decorations on the stage area, and Kevin was hitting Solo with one of them. He was like on the far corner and he was just hitting him with it. Solo had one of the chairs, like, and he was sitting down on the chair, and the referee would try to count to 10 on Kevin. And it seemed like every time that they would try to count each other out, like as in somebody was waiting for the other person to get counted out, they would get up at like 9.5 seconds. Kevin had the two chairs set up so they were facing each other, like the front of the chair was facing another front of the chair like this, and this part that you would sit on is facing like this. Kevin was going to flip Solo onto it. Solo reversed, and Solo did that to Kevin, so Kevin got slammed onto the chairs, and it's like, every time you look at it, it's just like painful, you know. I don't like it because I feel like it's just, it has like that weird painful feeling, you know what I mean. They got the table out, and of course, like, the crowd goes crazy. They put the table up against the turnbuckle. If I was the stage and you guys were the ring, and you have like, you would have the different sides, it was pretty much like the side that would be facing like opposite of the hard cam. Solo was trying to put Kevin through it because he was gonna roll Kevin into it, but then Kevin like stopped him. What ended up happening was, which I made sure to write down in my notes, what they did for the table spot was Kevin gave Solo a low blow with a kick, like pretty much kicked him there, and then he gave him a stunner, and then he did it again. I think I wrote he did it twice. Yeah, okay. So he did the low blow, did a stunner, and then he did the low blow again, did the stunner, and then threw Solo into the table, and then that's how the ref counted to 10 and Kevin Owens won the match. I don't remember exactly how long the match lasted, but it was very fun to watch, definitely very fun. The intermission happened, and then second half started. Another tag team match. It was LWO, which was Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro versus the Street Profits, and the Street Profits had Bobby with them in their corner. So this one was very good because it's, you know, two good tag teams, but it was, I feel like Montez Ford was probably the highlight of them. I mean, they all did really crazy flips, like all of them did. LWO did amazing, but Montez Ford did like some of the, I mean, I know it's his, you know, he's very charismatic and stuff, but he did do like some pretty silly stuff. Angelo Dawkins did a successful move, and Montez like went onto the side of the apron, and he kind of just like jiggles around or something. He did like some weird jiggling thing. Montez Ford became the legal man, and he got hit in the face or kicked in the face, and he kind of was just leaning back, and he kind of just did like a little dance. So Street Profits won this match. They won by doing their finisher on Cruz del Toro, I believe. And it was still really good. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it was two great tag teams, so you knew it was gonna be all crazy flips and all these crazy things. The next segment was Shotzi. I saw her post on Instagram earlier in the day where she was saying she got married, and I didn't know that they were actually gonna bring that onto the holiday tour that we had. She came out in her wedding outfit, or you know, like this wedding dress, cute veil. She had a wig on, obviously, because her hair is short right now, but she had a wig on, flower bouquet, and she tells the crowd like, I did something today, I got married, and everyone, you know, starts cheering. And this is my husband, and he was standing in the front row, and they show him real quick on the camera onto the Titantron, and people started booing, and she was like, hey guys, don't do that, you know. And I was thinking, oh, it's because she's not single anymore, she's married. To be honest, like, her saying that she got married, like, I felt like I wanted to cry because I was so happy for her. Like, I don't know, I kind of just felt it, because I always like it when people get married. I love the whole idea of people getting married. Like, I don't know, I just, it's a good time. It's a really nice moment. So that's just how I felt personally. When you have a wedding, you have to throw the bouquet. So she's trying to say, oh, does this side want my bouquet? Does this side want my bouquet? And she's trying to figure out which side she's gonna throw her bouquet into. And then Bailey and Io come out. Bailey says on the microphone, she's talking about like, ew, you got married, ew, you know, ew, nobody cares, or whatever. And then Io says something in Japanese, and Bailey just says like, oh yeah, she totally looks ugly in her dress. And then Bailey's like, where's your husband? You know, I have to look for the ugliest guy in the room. Oh, there he is. And she sees him, and she starts messing with him, and Shotzi's like, hey, get away from him or something. And they start beating up on Shotzi. Bianca comes out for the save, and then Shotzi's like, hey, we should have a tag team match. It's pretty obvious who is gonna win this one because it's Shotzi's moment. It's her special day. Bianca and Shotzi won the match pretty much by them each doing their own finishers. At the end of the match, Shotzi and Bianca hug, and then Shotzi goes up to her husband and, you know, hugs him and stuff like that. That was just for us though, because Shotzi got married on that day. Last match was the main event. It was LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso in a steel cage match. At some point during the night, they had a promo from Jimmy Uso. He's gonna be LA Knight, blah 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 blah. Jimmy Uso comes out first. He goes into the steel cage, and then LA Knight comes out. Before LA Knight could finish his entrance from the ramp, Jimmy Uso comes out from the steel cage and starts fighting him. They make it back into the steel cage, and every time LA Knight would do a hit, everyone says, yeah. It was funny because throughout the night people were chanting yeet and it was funny. But anyways, going along with this. So every time LA Knight would do a hit, people would chant yeah. Jimmy Uso did a frog splash onto LA Knight, and LA Knight kicked out. A couple of times Jimmy Uso did try to escape the cage, but LA Knight would stop him before. No one came at the top of the steel cage during this match. Like, no one got to the top and did some crazy flip or something. Nothing like that. They pretty much just stayed within the steel cage itself completely. Their flashlight on their phone, you know, and that's when they do this, right? Somehow somebody started that, and then the whole arena started doing it. So I actually posted this video onto my Instagram post if you guys want to check it out. I decided to film that part. I didn't know that the match was actually going to end at this point. I just did it because I was going to say, like, look, the Fireflies are out tonight. And but yeah, the whole arena totally lit up. LA Knight does his finisher, and LA Knight wins the match. After the match, LA Knight goes to the top of the cage, does his little pose, and then he gets down from the cage. Jimmy Uso leaves, and then LA Knight goes onto the other side of the cage and he starts doing a promo. He has history with Vegas. He mentioned the school here for Future Stars of Wrestling, which is our FSW for anyone who's familiar with them. I haven't been to a FSW show before because every time they have a show is when I am always at work, because it's usually like a Friday night. I work Friday night, so I can never go to their shows. But when he mentioned that, I was like, woo, because, you know, I'm familiar with FSW. He talks about how he was on the strip, and he said somebody came up to him and asked him, hey, are you LA Knight? And he goes, huh? Because he said he couldn't hear him. The person asks, are you LA Knight? And he goes, yeah. And then everyone chants, yeah. Is 2024 going to be any different for you? Like, what's gonna happen? Is anything gonna change? Are you still gonna have your momentum? Are you still gonna be going up to the top? LA Knight just says that 2024 is not gonna be any different than 2023, because he just talks about how 2023 was the year of LA Knight, and he talks about how he's gonna go after the championship. He doesn't care who's going after it. He doesn't care about those people. It pretty much seemed like he's gonna beat Roman, and that he's gonna be the one looking down at him as Roman's like, you know, losing, and LA Knight has the title. He just said, you know, you have top contenders that are going after championships. He said Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk. He starts naming all kinds of people. He said Jey Uso. I think he said Jey Uso. I think he said Jey Uso. I can't remember. But I know he said Randy, Cody, and CM Punk. He just said it doesn't matter. He's still gonna have his momentum. He's still gonna be the same. He's just gonna keep going. And he's just gonna make it to the top. That's how we end the night. If you guys want to see some of the pictures I took, as well as some of the videos that I took, I didn't really take that many. I only took maybe like a couple of videos, and I posted those ones. They will be linked down below for my Instagram post, so you guys can go look at the pictures and videos I took. Some of the matches for the holiday tour were tweaked a little bit. Like somebody told me that the LA Knight and Jimmy Uso match was a street fight. Somebody told me that instead of a steel cage, but it was still a really fun night. I had not been to a WWE house show in so long, to be honest. I think the last one I went to, if you want to count it, is NXT came out here like right before the shutdown happened in 2020. I think it was in February of 2020. The last time they came here was in March but I had to miss that one obviously. I made like a post on my community page about some videos that I have like lined up that I want to do. I don't have like an idea of when these videos are going to be uploaded. I just know which ones I want to do. I'm going to do a story time video for Hard to Kill for TNA because I'm going to go to that. I won't do one for the taping though because the taping is pre-taped, so I don't want people to be spoiled for it if, you know, if I talk about it. So it would just be for story time for Hard to Kill because that one's going to be live. I'll do one for that, and then I have a Monday night makeup video idea that I want to do, and then I also have a Pro Wrestling Tees unboxing video that I'm going to do for just a couple of items, but I am waiting for my second item to arrive. I'm going to do a updated get to know me video since I've been getting a lot of new subscribers ever since last year or so, and I did one like a couple of years ago, but I want to do like one that's a little bit more, I don't know, more updated I guess, talk about my YouTube channel and talk about my YouTube name. I am going to a W Collision in February, so I'll do a story time for that one as well. Obviously, if you guys have any other video ideas that you guys would like me to do, please let me know because I will take everything, like all ideas and stuff like that. Also, I'm sorry that I'm not wearing a WWE shirt. I'm doing this video after I got home from work, so yeah. Actually, I just finished watching NXT New Year's Evil, so that's pretty much why. Your girl got a PC, like a legit PC, not just my laptop. I have like a legit PC. My boyfriend's building me a PC. He actually already built my tower. I don't know computers. I really don't know anything about them. I don't know anything. Don't be like, oh my god, Melanie, you don't know anything. I know that. I just, you know, he built me the tower part. I have to put up my monitor. I have to get a new desk. And I literally just have, my whole area is just going to be like rearranged completely. So, and I had to order a computer chair from Secret Lab. I'm kind of like hesitant on doing crazy amount of videos until then because this is like going to be a whole other thing. Like, to take on my time. If you guys like videos like this, please like this video and let me know that you guys enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel so you guys know when a new video comes out. I do videos like this all the time. I do the story times for when I go to events, but then I do unboxing videos, I talk about wrestling, do other kind of really cool crazy stuff. I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye, and happy new year to you guys.